You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 18th, 2022 meeting of the Michigan City Finance Committee 2023 Budget Workshop. You can find more information on this workshop by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, thanks everybody for coming out. We're gonna get started with this workshop for the 2023 proposed budget for Michigan City. Control Hoffmaster, we're gonna get a summary of and review of the salary and hourly pay increases.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going off.
I know, yeah, and I'm not quite sure, I mean, do you want me to go over all of them?
A summary? I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever's on the list for tonight,
I didn't bring,
right?
I can just give you a broad overview. The hourlies are looking at roughly 2%.
Okay.
The hourlies are the salaried employees. We have taken another look at all of the job descriptions, their responsibilities, the number of people they manage.
The stuff from like what we looked at last year and revisiting it?
Yep,
Okay.
so we were listening to what was being said last year about the salary study. So we still kept the basis.
What she's going on.
The basis of the salary study, and by that, when I say that, we kept the job classifications.
Okay.
So all the salaried employees, we did amend a few of them, move them from one classification to another. And we emailed out this whole presentation so that it lays all that out also. In there, the positions that we changed, I believe there were 3 of them.
Okay.
That we just moved them to a different classification because their job descriptions and their responsibilities substantially changed. So we grouped the salaried positions within each classification. We went over, like I said, the scope of all their responsibilities, and so we sort of grouped them within their classifications and set the pay accordingly.
All right, sounds good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first up, we'll have the engineer.
Okay, I can, since we don't have one,
Okay.
I can answer any questions you may.
What page would that be on?
It's on page 30, and it's under the general fund.
It's under the general fund.
So the first tab, well, not the first tab, but the general fund tab, then it would be on page 30.
He's Department 114, so then it goes by department order.
Gotcha. Okay, so first open up to any questions from the committee. Councilman Prespolinski.
I guess the big question is, for me, have we even put out any ads for what's that, request for services on?
I think I think the actual position has been posted on the job sites, Indeed or whatever equivalent sites.
Yeah, we put it out, I think,
Yeah.
at least twice.
Right.
At least twice.
We've put that.
Yeah, but I know temporarily we've got the, what engineering firm we just approved for the?
We have Primera that's
Right.
doing like our day-to-day, and then we just, the Board of Works just approved a contract, and the council just
Right.
approved the appropriation for John Doyle and Associates for any projects that come up that we may need some engineering on.
Right. So I don't know, maybe are there any prospects at this time or still just waiting to get some bites?
I'm looking to our human resource director, and she says that at this time, we don't have any right now.
So,
So we did increase the salary about $20,000 over what it is for 2022. That hoping that maybe that will, attract somebody.
And this would still be based off a part-time position, correct?
Correct. We have it in the salary order as a part-time minimum of 30 hours a week, and this position will pay benefits.
Any other questions on that?
So we're gonna, what are we looking at paying right now for the total for this year? With, entering into this MOU? I know that, excuse me. So that, what I'm looking at is you got 150,000 set aside, right? For, excuse me. For services with, John Doyle's firm. And how much have we spent so far this year with, Primera?
Well, the contract with John Doyle and Associates is $75,000.
For the remainder of this year?
That was the contract, yes, that will run through this calendar year. Our initial contract with Primera was for $50,000, and we have expended that, and the other $75,000 of this appropriation is extending the Primera contract. So that contract will be $125,000, and then the Doyle contract is $75,000 for a total of $200,000.
Okay, so at the council meeting, you said that it was gonna be, like an open-end contract as needed. So now you're saying that he's gonna be paid $75,000 for the remainder of this year?
No, he will be paid for his services performed. If he only performs $25,000
Okay.
worth of services, that's what he'll get paid.
Okay, I
So,
just wanna get
it's
that
not to
clarified.
exceed, the contract is a not to exceed $75,000.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, we wanna make any recommendations at this time, or give it to the council? Or
No, I'll, wait till we have that wrap-up meeting.
Okay, so no motion. Okay, thanks. Next is Human Resources.
Which is page
Get that back.
19, and they're calling it Human Resources, and then they're calling it Personnel Services also.
That's on page 19.
Right.
For the general fund tab.
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot. Daniel, did you have any questions on the engineer?
No, I was here yesterday when we talked about it, and the discussion was that we do need to pay them more. And with the hopeful that we can attract somebody, because it is gonna cost us more in the long run to be paying,
I would say.
per
Okay.
services, so that, yeah, it sounded like we were okay with at least that salary, if not more.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, any questions on the Human Resources? Councilman Preselinski.
No, not really. I see that. How come the salary went down though? From 74,000 and 348 in 2022 and 23 it's at 71,000.
No, That's what we budgeted last year, and the council chose to cut that on the salary order. So that position is at 60, what do you want to do this year?
64.
64.
That's the budgeted amount.
Yeah, so this is what we had originally budgeted. And then the council, when they finalized the salary order, all of these salary positions had been cut.
So,
So the salary for this position on the salary ordinance for 2022 is $64,000.
so what is the, on the study sheet, you have human resources executive 2, and then you have human rights, oh, that's 2 different departments.
2 different departments, yes.
Right. Okay. So we're going with a $7,000 raise, correct? It's to 71,000. And which, is that across the board, what everybody he budgeted for the entire, all the administration?
It'd probably be helpful for you to look at that PowerPoint packet.
No, it's, there is, for the salary position, there was not an across-the-board increase. They, like I said, we reevaluated all of the positions, reevaluated all of the job descriptions, and set salaries according to that.
Okay. I'm not, like I said, I'm not making any recommendations till we have that summary meeting.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Councilwoman Jigas, you have any questions for human rights?
Yes, I would like to point out this packet that they passed out, it's a lot clearer there because all the salaries are kind of put in the same category. And you can see, I think the movement was to make equivalent jobs more equivalent in pay, even though some people got bigger raises than others because of the salaries from the previous year. So they try to equalize similar jobs with similar salaries, and I think, you know, the slide is very helpful to take a look at them all compared to each other instead of looking one at a time.
Thank you. Okay, so no recommendation. Next is controller.
Are we gonna do the human rights?
That's 31.
Oh, missed that. Oh, that was personnel, sorry. Yeah,
Yep, so,
human rights.
yep, human rights, we're in the
Yeah.
process of hiring someone. So,
So you stuck with me.
so Tanisha and I can answer any
They wearing both
questions.
caps, kinda.
Have we had anybody, is that posted on the, website or wherever you guys posted it on the, for jobs?
We're actually in the process of interviewing. We had an interview 2 weeks ago, and then we put the position out again for another 2 weeks. And so the date on that particular posting closes tomorrow. And based on what we get this time around, we'll make a decision on, or I won't make a decision, but the committee will make the decision on the director. So we're close, so we're in the actual interviewing stages now.
How many candidates have you interviewed?
One, which is why we put the posting out for another 2 weeks. We received several applications, I think about 6 or 7. And then when the executive committee reviewed those applicants, they got it down to 2 people, and then 1 person rescinded interest. So we went ahead and then interviewed the 1 person that was still interested in the position. And then it was requested that we put the posting back out again for just 2 weeks, a smaller window, and which closes tomorrow. And then after that, we'll look at what we've received from this second posting. And the first person is still in consideration, and then they'll make their decision based on that.
So then, okay, you have two people, or you guys, they only came up with one person and then you reposted it and then you had two more that came in on the second posting?
On the second posting, I think I received at least 3 or 4. So those individuals will be reviewed and then set up for an interview. And then the decision will be made out of those people they interviewed this time, and including the first person that they interviewed.
What are the requirements for that position?
Off the top of my head, they want somebody with community experience, fundraising experience, someone, I think the minimum is a bachelor's degree, and a certain amount of time, in lieu of the bachelor's degree, a certain amount of time in some type of social services, some experience and
So degree or experience
Yes.
or equivalent experience?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. They want somebody with a knowledge of EEO law, somebody with experience or knowledge of the different, Title VII of the Civil Rights Law, familiar with or the ability to learn the city's local hiring ordinance. And those are just a couple of the things that you would have to do as a human rights director.
Yeah, any other questions? Councilwoman, G, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, Controller's Office. What page are we?
Page 8,
Sorry.
under the general fund tab.
Good. Council President, do you have any questions?
The numbers for 22 aren't on here, but is this the 2020 amount is on here? And is there a reason why the 2022 numbers aren't on there, on salaries?
Under the transactions, or because the 2022 budget is there, the 2022 actual spent is there, the 21 actual spent is there, the 20 actual spent is there, and the 19 actual spent is there. So I'm not sure what numbers you're looking for 22.
The detail.
Well,
The transactions that listed are for the 23 budget.
That's the proposed.
That's the proposed budget.
you got the same page I got? You know, you see what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, that's the actual amount. That's
Right.
what they actually spent. This is
The
what.
2022 salary numbers are on the packet that Delia just slid over by you.
How come it's not in the book?
Because that was the workshop, because we did that for the, Tamiko put all that together for the workshop. It was just for the workshop yesterday to kind of explain the salaries. Because the book is the same.
The book is for
format we've always
23.
done.
This is the workbook for the 23 budget.
It's following the same format we've
So
always done.
this is, yes.
Jesus Christ.
But that's why, yeah, we tried to do an additional,
Yeah, I wasn't in town, so.
If you guys would turn
It
to this
wasn't my
page, it's
week.
very helpful.
I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, but it should be in the books. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the book, and let me ask you this, did this book go on file yet with the clerk?
Yes, it did.
Well, then this is the book that the general public can come and look at, and you don't have the amount in here.
Well,
I know you have a gross
The
amount.
22 budget has all of the amounts
It's in
in
your
there.
20, yeah, correct, your 22 book, this is the.
This is the 23 book. This is because we're discussing the 23 budget. So this is the 23 book.
Well,
I didn't
I'd
bring
like
the
to see
22
it.
book down with
I'd
me.
like to see a comparison, that's all I'm saying. And
It's on.
But it should be,
Oh,
what,
it's sitting right next to you.
it should be in the book.
If you look at the document.
should be in the
right
book.
next to you, the numbers.
It should be in the book.
This is what, it never has. This is the 23 budget book. So this has the information for the 23 budget.
Then.
I can go upstairs and get you the 22
No,
budget
wait,
book.
no, wait.
I know.
Then why is it in here for the human resources person? And why was it in there for the engineer person, but it's not in there for the controller's office?
Well, okay, the human resources one is in here at 71,000, and then you said that we reduced the salary. But the salary for 22, if you look at the salary ordinance, is 64,000. And there's only one person in that position. When you look at the budget for the controller's office, in this gray area right here are all 6 of the positions in the controller's office. So these are the
That's not in my
23
book.
salaries.
It's not in your book.
It's not in my book.
Well, I mean, I gave you a copy of exactly what I'm looking at.
It's not highlighted gray, if that's what you're saying. Maybe that's
Oh,
what you're saying.
the gray highlight didn't show up
Yeah,
very well on the
gray.
copy machine?
No,
That's possible.
oh, that's something different, that's
But the numbers are there, right? Do you have them? I mean, I got the same book, so I don't know. But these numbers here
right.
break down for the 23 budget. They match that. The 22 budget numbers were there last year. We only put 1 year in here to break down the transactions. So if he wants a comparison of what these numbers were for 22, they are in that handout that I gave you. But
But why aren't they in the book?
they don't come, we only put 1 year's worth of breakdown in the transactions in the book. This is the 23, the book is for the year 2023. So these transactions match the 23 numbers because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at this year, this is what was proposed, and these transactions are the breakdown to get to that total.
Okay, then why is this in here?
This just tells you what the amended budget was, what the actual budget was. Do you want to see the transactions for each one of those as well? Is that what
Well,
you're saying?
it would be most helpful because it's on here for other employees.
Show me what you mean, because these are all made the same, that's why I'm trying to be clear and understand where you are. Okay. Right, we had, they're the same, you're looking at the same numbers, Paul, what do you?
No, I'm not.
What do you-
Where's it at? It's not on the posted. Where's it at there? I got it gross, but I don't have it
Well,
itemized.
that's what I was explaining, that the itemization that's listed here is for the current year that we're addressing. So when we did the 22 budget last year, those numbers were for the 22 proposed budget.
Okay,
And that's like that in
Okay.
each book.
There's the 22 book.
okay.
So the 2022 budget had the 22 number broke down for itemized when we did the 22 budget. Now we're moving on to 23, so these are the new proposals that equal the total of salaries for 23.
Okay,
So they're all consistently the same.
okay. All right.
But we'll leave this book here for you if you want to look at it.
Well,
Because it has 22 numbers in it, broke down for you if you want to look at, that's what I'm saying.
what I'm saying is, why don't we have it already?
We never put it in, this never been given to you that way, Paul. We've never given it to you side by side like that.
But it could
Every
be,
year
right?
you've gotten a book, it's been given like this.
But it could be, correct?
No.
No?
Because the itemization is only for one column. We can't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't give us room in the program to do all of the itemization for each year.
This is designed to be budgeted.
This is
Well,
just how-
I'm looking at, okay, I'm looking at accounting wise, when you look at something, say you got a column here, you got a column here, you have a column here, is that, I'm looking at this column that it's under 2019, so I'm saying, okay, well then that's what you were paid in 2019. But now you're telling me then this column should actually be over here.
No,
For,
I'm telling you that these are your columns. That's what I'm telling you. These are your columns, they match the years. All I'm saying is that these transactions right here, because not only do you read down, but you also read across. So when you read across the page, it tells you the budget transactions are listed here. So these budget transactions correlate with this year. If you don't look at the transactions, then you only have the summary for each year.
okay,
Okay.
Okay, sir. There's a difference of about $3,000. Where would that reflect?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
So from here to here,
So this is the 2022 amended
right?
budget.
'Cause I think that's what he's looking at, the difference in this number and not seeing the breakdown.
Okay,
So,
this is 22.
no, I get
You
it.
get it, this is what the department's requested.
Right, so from here, where would that be?
Right here.
No, which,
All
is
of
it,
these.
is that the 2% increases, but this is the salary stuff?
So,
'Cause I'm trying to help,
I'm sorry, I'm
Every time.
so the payroll administrator,
Okay,
the APAR specialist,
Okay.
and the APAR,
okay,
those are ours.
okay.
That's where the 2%.
Gotcha.
And then the rest were adjusted through,
Okay. And that is reflected from the 346 to the 349.
no, that was 20.
That was last year, right?
That was last year's number.
So this is here.
Yes, this
But
breakdown.
this has the increases.
Correct.
So that's why this number is
in-
bigger.
Correct,
Right.
correct, because we're projecting more money for 2020.
Correct.
So, yes,
That's what I'm saying. So did you point out these three were the hourly with the 2%?
because they did get a 2%.
But there's only a difference of $3,000. So that's what I think
That's
that's,
your point. is.
Right.
Okay, I
I
got
think
you.
that's what he was trying to see where that is.
Right.
Because it's not side by side with that.
like, you know,
Maybe. Yeah. Alright. Councilmember Jiggs, you have anything with the control?
No, because, like I say, these slides do say how they were moved to a different level of position, and again, you can see how evened out the salaries got, so I have no questions, I think it's good.
Okay, that's gonna be the thing.
I'm not making this on-
Alright, I don't think we have anything else with the controller's office.
Maintenance count, printer lease. I got a question about the, I guess you have this in all the budgets. Do you have that like a mass printer lease with somebody, right? For printers out here, we don't own none of the printers, right?
All of our, what we call our big workhorse printers are all on a lease program now. So there are separate leases for each printer.
Is that, money, is that sufficient, to keep these printers, cause I know you have a service contract. How does your contracts work? Do you have a blanket contract, or do you have a contract where you give so much up front, like a retainer, or is it month to month?
Well, they're month to month. When we sign the contract, it's for X number of months. 36 months, 48 months. I think we just signed one for 60.
60.
For 60 months. So they're 3, 4, or 5 years. And what the leases cover is they cover all of the consumables. So the toner cartridges, the drums, those types of things. So we pay a set price for that each month, and then we're charged, some of the copiers have an allowance for the number of copies. So once you go over that, they charge, I don't know, fractions of a penny for each copy over the
Your
monthly
amount you're allowed.
Correct. So, and what we've noticed in the past that, you know, the average cost per month is about $200. So that's why we budgeted $200 a month or $2,400 for the year. Or I believe almost all of the printer leases we have set at that amount.
Does every department have their own printer? Or do other people use them?
Pretty much, I think every department now will have their own. We still have what we call our big printer in the clerk's office that all of City Hall can use if they need to make like a large number of copies, because we own that one. And then we're not charged for the number of copies.
What department covers the consumables for that unit?
The Board of Works, the office supplies and the Board of Works pays for the consumables for that printer.
Okay, the reason I ask that is that, how long we own that printer specifically? Is it time to update it?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. And everybody, almost every other department in City Hall has got a brand new one. The clerk, theirs is being delivered, they got it. She just said they already have it. We signed the contract Monday, they already have the new printer. So all of the offices now in City Hall have brand new ones.
Okay,
Well, or a year or so old.
okay, all right. Well, that's, you gotta have a printer. You know, you gotta have a printer.
Correct.
Thank you.
Right. All right, on to the clerk's office.
You're up, Stacy. Nope, you have to come sit in the hot seat. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. It's fun,
I can
really.
tell her that, yeah.
Here, let me give you, this is what they're looking at, so you can have what they're looking at. Mhm.
What page are we on?
Oh,
Okay.
10.
Oh, I'm sorry, page 10. It should have been right after the controller's budget.
Councilor President, do you have any questions?
You know, on their, on the salary for the clerk's office, I gotta ask, and you guys said you're giving a 2 and 3% raise to the hourly people. You know, I talked to Ed Shin this week, and he said he was having problems getting seasonal workers and all this, and I asked him, well, what were you paying them? And he goes like $13.50 an hour and $15 an hour.
Yeah, the minimum is at 15.
And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, I believe that somewhere along the line, we need to find a way to give these people, the hourly people, more than 3%.
Well, the hourly's going from 21 into 22. The average increase for an hourly employee was 29.6%.
Yeah, yes, okay, but that was because we said that they were so underpaid for so many years, so you
Correct.
gotta, you know, you gotta give people like 4.5 or something, because people I talked to a lady at McDonald's, she was making like $15.75 an hour. I'm just saying to be competitive, and that's what we gotta look at, being competitive, so we get people, and so that we get people, just like right now, retired people or whatever, to work them gates at the park, cause we're losing money every day. So, I mean, I'm just looking at the big picture here, not just one department. So, with that being said, I guess, we need to, you know, the salary people are getting hefty increases, so I think that we need to find a way to share the wealth. You know, to retain people. Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of positions out there that you keep hearing about all these jobs not being filled. You know, so.
You got any questions about the clerk's office?
Yeah, I wanna know, is the clerk only getting, is it like $1,300 raise? Is it, am I looking at that correctly?
It looks like
Well,
it's
well, if you look at,
$3,000.
right, if you look at what we did, the position of the clerk, the pay was already at the top of the scale. So that position did get an increase for 22. Honestly, I don't remember exactly how much.
She got a percent of the recommended amount.
Right, so coming into 22, the pay for the clerk position was already at the very top of the scale. So there was I think, a 2% increase going into 23. Because that position, I believe, got like a 30 or 40% increase going into 22.
Going into 22, she got an $18,000 increase.
Right, that was like 30%.
Yes. So.
Yes, then she didn't have, that clerk's position didn't have a pay increase for probably 12 years.
Along with all the other.
Along with all the other employees.
Well, no, wait a minute. You're telling me that nobody, for 12 years, you're telling me nobody in administration got a pay increase?
Nobody.
The attorney's office,
Nobody.
nobody got a pay increase?
Correct.
Right, there was a period of 12 years that nobody in the city got a pay increase.
And that's why.
What, they only got, what, 3%?
No, there was a period of 12 years where they received 0% increase. And that was the reason when this salary study was done in 2019, why all of the positions in the city, every single one of them, well, I should say the majority of them, were way at the bottom, way below the lowest pay from the study. And that's because all of those years, none of the city employees received an increase.
Not even police and fire?
Not when everybody else, and I can't remember the years, the exact years. It was like 2008 through, no, it was before that, 2006 through 2017, there were no pay increases.
For any? All?
I believe that was,
Okay,
it
so.
was before that. And it was.
All right,
like 2000.
I really don't have any further questions for the clerk's office. I'm satisfied with it. I just think I think across the board, they should get more than 3%, so.
Councilwoman Jenkins, you have any questions on the clerk's office?
No, this seems quite equitable, trying to even out the uneven increases from last year. I think this looks good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
All right, we're on to the mayor's office.
Okay, your turn.
I was like, weeks too far away. Oh, there we go. Councilman President, do you have any questions with us?
Is, the proposal for the city administrator is your $5,000 raise, or no, 4,700? Is that correct?
Something like that.
59.
So it's more like 66.
59.
59,160, is that what you're asking?
I'm looking at 57.
Yeah. 59,160. Oh, he's looking at,
That's a special events director, isn't it?
Yeah. City administrator.
$4,620.
is the increase. Okay.
I'm looking at that right there.
6,660.
From here to here?
Yeah, 6,660 from,
Yeah, right there.
32 into 23.
Yeah.
Oh,
57.
Yeah.
Because the city administrator's at 52.5 this year.
and it's going to 50.
Yeah.
And it's going to 59,
To
160.
59,160, which is
Well, that's-
6,660.
Okay, so on
That's not on this sheet.
This
Not
is
correct on this sheet.
7, right, so this says 57, the sheet
Yeah.
you guys
Oh,
said,
okay.
No mistake.
Did I adjust this spreadsheet?
There you go.
Oh, because I was gonna say that.
59,160?
I thought I knew how to use the calculator.
Yeah.
59,160,
Yeah,
correct?
that's what that should say.
Yeah, that's what it should say, yeah, that's the bonds.
Sorry.
Is that, so are any of these other ones?
Now the rest,
Yeah, there,
I'm gonna give y'all this. That's
This
the only
should be-
one, should be 59, 160.
Oh, did I put the wrong number on the?
Oh, you put that on your spreadsheet, but it's correct on here. This is the comparison.
Yeah, the PowerPoint.
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
22 is listed here.
well, we try to,
who else is
we try to
different?
catch
I
up.
know three of them.
This is the one I think.
I would never want to do that job, actually checking numbers from one place to another.
23.
Yeah, it's not for me, not for me at all.
No, that's what,
Sometimes, you know.
that's what we should
That's
do,
why I like
know for
those,
everybody.
it's all on one place, you don't have to keep looking, but anyways.
Well, I was with my grandbabies
I feel like I
yesterday.
got 11 grandbabies, so
You
I
know, I
understand.
didn't have a chance to see them.
And I understand that too.
We used to see them dancing when Johnny
I
showed
said, I'll take one of these increases like this and not make this my priority.
Jesus.
So, this will help y'all. Okay?
Okay.
And this is exactly what's off the salary order,
Okay.
which they gave to, she just finger for something wrong.
Okay,
But this will help y'all, I want to refer back and forth.
all right.
And this, if you look over here, this shows you what the
Increase.
increase was from 21 to 22.
Okay,
And then this shows you what's the current increase.
okay.
Cool?
Per night. Yeah, that's good.
That makes sense? They don't have the hours in there. We
I
just
see
did that
that.
for the, because we were focusing on salaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
We'll know where we're at.
Actually, I'll take your second page.
Okay, so you take that, put that in the book and make some copies of that. So,
You have any questions?
I just,
The increase, okay.
the increase
Okay, that's their
of
initial.
Yeah, but today I went back and put
the mayor
That's what I just, that's what they're looking at.
increase of
Okay,
22,000.
I did that, well.
I would like to know what
this.
justification there.
All right.
Feel free.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you tell me why the increase for the mayor is, the justification of $22,000 increase, or, yeah, $22,131. Is that including your stipends from the water and sanitation?
Yes. Yes, it does.
So that's what, 6,000 from each one? Am I correct on that?
Like it's
10,000
10.
each one.
10,000 from each one? Okay. So you're looking at a base increase of about 20, not a whole lot,
About
like
1,900 or so.
19, that's 1,900? It should be 1,900 increase?
Yes, or 2,100, I'm sorry. Yeah, 79.4 to 101.5.
From what year are you looking?
81.5.
Well, this,
No, that's right. 19 cents.
no, that ain't right. No, that
It's
isn't
about
correct.
2,100.
No, that isn't correct. It's another mistake.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, you don't get to talk about my mistakes on my worksheet, Paul. Come on.
I'm looking at 19 cents. He said, well, you said 1,900.
Right, because I used the room column right here. So from 21 to 22, he
No, I'm looking
didn't get a
right
very,
Right, it was 19 cents.
right.
So
And then from 22 to 23 is that. That's
why was your mom saying 1,900?
No, that's,
Okay.
I guess we gotta talk to you because, you know, she's too much vacation time. Alright? No, why can't I?
Alright, okay, so that's,
See, I got a side of humor.
Yes, you do. Yes, that is.
It's twisted though, but not like twisted teeth.
I like that. It's cool.
Okay, alright,
so
alright.
you wanna pull up a chair over here?
Yeah,
You gotta keep running back and forth.
I mean, I
So-
about that, well, let me get my tip.
Alright.
Your
so,
budget was for us.
so, alright, you got an increase of 2,100. Alright, and, I guess I don't have any real concerns because that's like, you know. So does that stipend status the same, or is this the percentage go up with the salary? Is it a percentile, or is it an actual factual number?
Well, it's an MOU that we have with the water and the sanitary, and we updated those MOUs for 2023.
There are other departments that get stipends from that as well.
That is correct.
Right, so,
The clerk's office gets a stipend from the sanitary, and so does the controller's office.
so, on that increase, how much of an increase was it? 4,000? Because
That's correct,
that is correct.
right.
So, that is a 8,000 increase to the ratepayers. So what did the clerk's office get for that?
Theirs is $1,000. We did not update that MOU at this time.
And how much did the controllers, that was your salary, how much did
That
you
was-
get?
1,000 or 2,000, I can't remember which. I thought they were,
last.
I think the controller's at 2, and the clerk was at 1.
Okay,
And those MOUs did not get updated for 2023.
okay, well, that's, we don't have too much, to talk about that because that's, between the water board and the sanitary district. And, okay.
Any other questions with the mayors?
No,
Councilwoman Jiggers, you have any questions?
No, I'm just gonna say,
Aside from-
maybe we look at the council compensation in the same way, like if we raise it, maybe that will get more people interested in running for office, just throwing it out there.
what are you, we're not there yet, okay? We're not there yet.
You gotta have people who don't need the
Council's
income.
budget last week.
You gotta have people who
That's
don't
true.
need the income to do this job. So they can do it, not for the income,
Yeah, do it
just because.
correctly, right?
Councilman Dabney walked in. You got any questions with the mayor's budget?
I do not.
Okay.
All right, I'm good.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Well, guess City Hall's next. Still.
Where's Tim at? I think Tim needs about 10% increase myself. He gotta take care of the toilets and all that nasty stuff and,
That's with this.
I'm just saying,
With the,
No.
No,
No, I don't.
I do not. Councilwoman Jiggs, you have any questions with City Hall?
No,
Oh, Jessica's here. We don't have, should we have questions for her? She got all that gas money. She got that good gas out there. What's the octane on that gas?
It's 94. If you're talking about ethanol free, it's 94.
94?
Councilman Dabney, you have any questions with this, City Hall? No, thank you. Okay. All right, thank you. Aviation.
That's it.
that's the hot seat.
Aviation, aviation, aviation. That's under other funds, right?
Yes.
Capital?
It is page 60,
Yeah.
under tab 5.
No, under tab 5? No, it's 147. Oh,
So, hold on just a second, I'm looking.
okay, I got it.
You're in trouble now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to be slick today, put my own tabs in.
Don't do it.
Oh, man, what the heck? Man, I just lost a whole bunch of pages here. Man, I hate this book. I hate this book. I hate this new budget book.
Cause you don't look at it often enough, and then you can't find nothing. That's why.
I remember what kind of book we had when,
I wouldn't read it.
I know that, but it was a heck of a lot easier,
Every tab is
you
it?
know?
It's under
I think
tab
this-
5 or other
I
funds.
think this gateway
Other
system
funds, page
is
60. My
complicated
tabs have
more,
numbers, your
more
tabs
things.
have words.
You know, I started doing
I
that.
seen some PhD dude created this gateway
This is what I want.
program. You know,
Alrighty.
This is what I want.
You don't want the gateway form.
Right, I'm like, this is not the gateway
This is,
forms at all.
this is really,
It's-
this
it's
is really easy.
compared to those.
gateway
Yeah.
forms.
It is.
Yeah.
Trust.
oh, this program?
This is easy
Yeah,
compared
this
to
is
the
easy
gateway.
compared to
It
gateway.
is.
Oh, yeah, you should see the gateway.
Oh, I did, it was like craziness in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
It's a lot.
I don't
Gateway
need,
doesn't even separate.
I don't need none of that matrix.
Numbers.
Just give me some good graphs.
Do you have any, questions with the aviation?
No. You need more money for gas?
I don't, I'm good right now.
You're good right now?
That
So-
can get us through the end of the year just fine.
So what are you planning for next year? You got any special events with Terry?
Oh, special, I hope so.
Like-
Him and I have been talking about doing a special event at the airport. Yep,
Like what?
like a fly-in chili thing or hot dogs or pancake breakfast or something.
Connors Air Force?
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Do like a skydiving fundraiser.
Connors Air Force?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it'd be cool to like pit the like firefighters against the police officers and do some sort of like fundraiser
Do you know
there.
what I'm talking about?
Skydiving,
You know what I'm talking about? Connors Air Force?
at Connors Air Force.
Yeah, World War II airport,
Yeah.
airbirds out of Texas. They come to Valpo almost every year.
They have a lot longer runway.
Oh, we gotta get that
now.
we gotta get that runway done.
It's
First,
coming, it's coming.
then we can have.
Okay,
I
okay.
like the idea of the police and fire challenging each other to jump out of an airplane.
Yeah, I thought that was a really great
I
idea.
don't know, man.
I'm showing what's really all
The
about.
newly retired. Yeah.
I have yet to find a reason to jump out of a perfectly fine airplane.
I'm with you 400%.
I really don't wanna be in well, I got some stories to tell you, but I still got the message on my phone from the FBI.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of that,
I was on,
not.
Right.
I was on, I was on a hijacked plane back in the 70s.
Oh,
Really?
Yep,
oh.
Wow.
yep,
You've been through some things, huh?
yes I have. I speak, when I speak, I speak from experience.
Councilwoman Jiggs, did you have any questions with aviation?
No, I don't.
Okay. Councilman Dadney has retrieved his book, so.
Bring it on.
No, I don't actually
back
have
here?
any questions for aviation.
Okay, I think we're all set. We can move on to.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
I'm doing a good job.
Cemetery. Hey, we almost done. We almost done. That would be 138, same place, 138.
Oh, okay. 138. Wait a second.
Trust me. Keep going.
See, I always look at this,
Right.
page
So go-
60.
And then go to 138 from there.
Okay. The tab.
That's the last page. The entire
the
workbook
10?
is 168 pages.
Okay, I'm messed up today. I'm still thinking about,
There you go.
I'm still thinking about the grandbabies.
See?
They were sad because I wasn't spending the night.
135.
Girl, you gonna have to make it up to me.
I will.
Mine just started kindergarten yesterday and told her mom was all upset. And she goes, "Don't worry, Mom, I got this."
Yeah, they're very resilient. There's no doubt. They are.
And when I called her last night, she told me, she says, "Gigi, I rocked kindergarten today."
That's good. Let's hope she keeps up that good attitude. You know?
Yeah, she's a character.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
hope she stays out of trouble, because her little sass gets her in trouble sometimes.
It's, well, hey, then, you know, sometimes the trouble's good for you. It teaches you, a lesson. That's
Was
true.
that you, Paul? Were you always in trouble at school?
No, I will tell you that. I never got whooped at St. Stan's. I never got paddled in high school. I was,
No ruler from the nuns, huh?
nope.
I didn't either.
I stayed in trouble because I talk too much.
Nope.
If you can believe that.
Nope, I was
I can.
pretty much straight as an arrow, okay?
Wow. No.
And,
Believe that.
yep, and spent, a whole year, serving mass at, St. Anthony's Chapel in 5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade. That was an experience.
No, yeah.
But it was good. It was good. It was nice. No, them nuns, they,
Well,
oh God, that's a whole story.
That's a whole
Don't get me
other
going.
So I don't get that going with the cemetery, so.
Yeah, no, we don't want to go there.
So any questions with the cemetery budget?
This year. Sent me,
No, I just,
because I had to apply for that.
how are you guys doing anyway on the, Swan Lake, cemetery? Are there's still a lot of, openings out there?
We did a study a few years back. Right now, we have about 105 years worth of graves available out there.
Really?
Plus, there's land that to be developed yet too.
So how does that project into the future on the site on developing it?
We just opened up a section not too long ago, so they probably won't do another one for probably 10 years. Just, and the fact that funerals are down and cremations in the state of Indiana are up drastically. And 62% approximately cremations, we may receive 20% of those. The rest of them are on people's bookcases, they're on their mantle place, or in the back bar.
Abandoned at a funeral home?
Or they're just
Or in the next-
funeral home, or there's something.
man.
So since I've been here in 1982, when we were doing at Greenwood and Swan Lake close to 525 funerals a year, we might do 125 at both places this year. And a lot of those will be cremations, which is 3/4 of the cost of a real grave.
So did you guys put some kind of site up for the people to have their urns in there, like?
We put another new cremation niche in the chapel at Greenwood. And when we built the mausoleum in 2003 at Swan Lake, we added 196 niches in there. So we're okay with those. We also added about 72 crypts at Swan Lake, inside and out. Inside is almost sold out. We still have quite a few on the outside left. Our old mausoleum at Swan Lake is gone, sold, and the one that we built in 1984 at Greenwood is sold out. The crypts, and we just have a few niches left on the inside, and then the ones we put in
At Greenwood.
at Greenwood.
Okay.
Now, how are you guys with groundkeeping staff? I know this year I haven't had any calls or anyone calling about grass not being cut, so you guys,
Well, we're budgeted for 5, we had 3. 3 gentlemen we have done an excellent job, they've kept up with it.
yeah.
And before Memorial Day and since. Hopefully that over the next, maybe next year, we can get our full complement in. Like everybody, we're just having a hard
Yeah,
time
keeping people,
getting people. And we're short, we will be short 1 full-time as of Friday. One of our gentlemen is retiring, quitting, leaving. So we'll have to advertise that.
Okay. Any questions with cemetery?
No. Just, that was basically it.
Councilwoman Jigas or Councilman Dabney, you guys have anything with the
I
cemetery?
do have a question. How are you managing trees since we don't have an arborist on staff? And do you have to call out if there's a tree that needs to be removed or that fell?
We just had several trees removed. We went through a quote process. We had talked with the city attorney. We just had 7 trees that were either dead or dying, which was looked at by one of our board people. I don't know, he's not a tree person, but he said take it down. But as far as an arborist, no, we haven't had anybody come in since Frank or the lady after Frank come out there. Now, years ago, about 25 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe we had, I think it was Davy Tree Service came in, and they inventoried all our trees, and they took core samples of most of the trees out there. And for the most part, about 90% of them were good, healthy trees, just older.
How many years ago?
20, 25 years ago.
It's kind of an old inventory then, yeah. Needs updating for sure. All right, I'm just asking kind of from the tree board and from the arborist perspective. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I think that's all for cemetery. Thank you. We're not doing planning, so I guess that will wrap us up for tonight.
Yep.
Done.
So thank everyone for coming out, and see you next time. I get this, and I'll get that.